Alright, hold on. Okay. Still have a minute. Why don't I get those music started? Alright. Hopefully I don't get copyright struck for this one, but trying something different today. So, yeah. Hello everyone, thank you for coming to my stream. It's me, Varia the Verding Ghost. And today I am going to just draw a little chibi, because I was thinking of a flower study a little bit earlier this week, but I decided that I should go with something simple. You know, since I still need to prepare for a mermaid, which is coming up this, as you might guess, May. But yeah, a lot of like just plotting out art and stuff. Also that, and I also need to continue working on my gardening plans. So yeah, but yeah, these next 2 weeks are probably going to be a little bit busy. So, I was considering doing an extra gaming stream next week because of I was forced to miss the Wednesday stream due to the bad connection, but I'm not sure depending on how busy I'll be. I'm still waiting on news for the Tiltower, which is a machine that tilts the earth for me rather than having to do it by hand, because there's a lot of, I tried doing it by hand for a couple of hours last Tuesday after the stream, and yeah, that was not a good idea. So, God, I hope that I'm able to get a Tiltower. I thought it would, just kind of, I'm starting to get a little worried. Yeah, I need to start planting things. There's some things I need to start planting pretty soon, so in early May, but yeah. So let's just go ahead and go to the art stream, because, inspired by the fact that I've been thinking about gardening for a long time, I just kind of went ahead and did this little farming themed chibi. So I'm just lowering the opacity right now because I think I'm gonna just jump to lining it, but yeah, I wanted to do a cute little garden chibi. The outfit's a little bit different from the main design of my character, because sorry, my brain's just not working. I came up with an alternative outfit, but part of me is tempted to name it refer to it as scarecrow, like a scarecrow form, because it's farming themed, but I'm not sure. Also, I'm just messing with this rougher looking brush. I don't know, I thought it'd be kind of interesting for this piece. I usually just stick with G pen, which is pretty smooth looking. But probably wouldn't hurt doing something a little bit different, maybe. What about textured pen? I actually quite like Sorry, I'm just coming closer. I kind of like the texture pen, actually. It's a little too blurry, this one is. Actually, I don't know. Let's go back to taper pen. You know what, let's just try something different today. So, yeah, I guess I'll try working with this taper, or this rougher pen. Hold on, actually, I just remembered. Yeah, let's just use this one. My main character design, it's kind of supposed to be inspired by the idea of like dip pens or calligraphy pens, because I was kind of getting into dip pens when I was designing the character, but I never actually ended up doing more dip pen stuff, so yeah. That's why the brooch is kind of designed the way it is. Like, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, I have My character's supposed to have a brooch like that looks like this. And it's supposed to have that dip pen shape, so... but yeah, I'm gonna... You know, I was coming up with some plans about what I might do for trying to edit the 3D model. Because my current design is what you see right here today. It's not exactly what I wanted to go with for my character, but... You know, that was just the best I could do for, like, what the tools available, but... Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to alter things. It's just that I'm not sure how to use Blender properly. So, we'll have to see how it goes. So yeah, let's just continue lining this. You know, not sure how long this will go, but yeah. Before stream, I was actually doodling this character. He's a character that has existed in my mind for a really long time, but I just can never seem to get him drawn out, so... Yeah, I was hoping that I could... So I decided to just sketch him out. I'm not entirely satisfied with how it looks in terms of forms and anatomy, but I'm just gonna keep going at it. Sorry, oh my god. The air. The gas. Okay. But yeah, so... By the way, I'm playing Stardew Valley music right now. I heard that the creator of the game, Concerned Ape, doesn't actually care if you use your music in streaming, but sometimes the bots don't care. So... But yeah, I wanted something that's kind of in theme. I don't know, if I did some extra streams for a little bit, I don't know if people would be interested in Stardew Valley streams, like, at least maybe like modded Stardew Valley. I was planning on doing Stardew Valley stuff, like, eventually, but I just wasn't sure, so... I was thinking that you know, I did spend a fair amount of time at playing that game back in the day, but... If I came back at it again, I'd have to, like, mod it so that things feel a little more fresh. I know that 6.0 came out, but yeah. Joyful Time Zone, how is it going? Oh, hello, Hoshimano. It's nice to see you here. Things are going okay. I'm just doing this little, I decided that I'm just going to draw this little chibi today, because I'm still planning things out for the mermaid. You know, like, I'm planning to do more digital drawings, or paintings, I should say, for mermaid. I just wanted to, for this stream, for at least this stream, and maybe the next stream, I might just do something a little simpler, so I can prepare for that. I actually have a piece already planned out, so, for mermaid. This is just a really ugly sketch right now, but that I need to, like, fix up. But yeah, so I am planning out my future paintings, just not yet. And cool. Alright, thank you. How's it going for you? I hope things are going alright. But yeah, so May is going to be pretty busy for me. Outside of just like mermaid, I'm also planning on like starting my garden up, so I'm going to need to start planning a bunch of stuff and all that. Earlier I was talking about being kind of worried about not my tilt tower, but my grandparents own a tilt tower, and I was a little bit worried if I'm going to be able to borrow it from them, because I kind of assumed I could, but, you know, I think kind of worried how that's going to turn out. It's alright for me. I saw you were live, so I thought I'd drop in and hang out for as long as my schedule allows it. Alright, that's fair. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully my stream proves entertaining enough. I'm not always the best with chatting, but, you know, I'm trying to get better at that. But yeah, so I've been just thinking about gardening stuff for a really long time. That's why my little chibi is garden themed here. You know, I just been thinking about it since like February because I needed to plan things out. Don't worry about it as long as you have fun, all good. All right. I I appreciate it. But yeah, so you know, hopefully I can finish this Chibi on stream. Normally these things shouldn't take too long, but you know, I always tend to be a bit slower than I assume I would be, but you know, this is my own character, so it tends to go a little faster when I draw myself. Considering I just do it so much already. But yeah, so I'm be making it my mission to bother you every now and then. Alright. I appreciate you showing up. It can be a little quiet here sometimes, but so I appreciate it whenever someone pops up. But yeah, take your time. Really, speech should be one you find comfortable to work. That's true. Sometimes I just kind of feel a little bad about being as slow as I am because I tend to take weeks to finish art. So, and of course, not so much chibis, but those digital paintings tends to take a long time. So, you know, the last two that I worked on actually went by pretty quickly. So, I mean, one of them was a portrait, but I was kind of surprised about how fast I was able to do the other one. So, of course, I didn't really fiddle too much with small details. So, yeah. By the way, out of curiosity, do you draw yourself? Or, I mean, like, as in, do you just draw? Not saying that you draw yourself specifically. Yeah, so. You put heart into them and in lots of different resources. You want to make it properly from the first time, so it's logical that it takes time. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I draw myself once a blue moon. Alright. What do you normally like to draw? Do you like to draw characters or just whatever you feel like, or just thought I'd ask? Sorry, I'm just gonna... It's been a little bit since I've lined anything. I guess probably not since the last time I did chibi, little fan art chibis for some people. Okay. What I draw depends on my mood, mainly human-looking characters like 95% of the time. I see. Yeah, same. Honestly, I usually draw like humanoid characters or just like technically monster boys or monster girls. You know, like a year ago I was planning on trying to get better at drawing certain animals like horses, but then I didn't go through with it. But yeah, maybe sometime soon I can try to incorporate more horses in my art. You know, on Blue Sky there was like recently a post about like trying to draw like horses from imagination, and then I thought I'd join in, and then I realized I just cannot. Horses are brutal though, yeah. It's just hard to get their proportions right. I don't know what it is about it, but even when I have a reference, it's just like, it just always looks really awkward. Hmm. Yeah, like some of the responses under the post were like dang. Some people definitely know their horses. But yeah, maybe I can try giving horses another chance, but you know, honestly, I probably won't. I know I have a couple characters that actually are supposed to have like their own horse, but I haven't been drawing them either. Like the characters themselves, so. Yeah. If I may be so bold, let's try horses together one day, if you want. That sounds like it could be fun. Though I might be a little bit busy for a good while because of the, as I said before, Mermaid. Mermaid is coming, and I'm going to try to do like, I'm hoping to get like 3 pieces done for Mermaid. You know, for the past few years, I just kind of kept forgetting to do Mermaid stuff, so. Hold on. Feels like this hand is kind of big. Might be a little too big, so. Hands here, or my hands for my chibis are supposed to be on a little bit on the smaller side. Like, not super small, but, you know, they're not the main focus or anything. Okay. Try to remember to give them little gloves. You know, I've been thinking about getting new gardening gloves, but, you know, gardening gloves are a little more expensive than I realized they would be, so I might have to wait on that. It's not like a thing of major importance, because I tend to borrow some for my family, for one of my family members, but I thought it'd be nice to have my own. That's all right. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat. That's all right. I'm currently busy as well. Maybe in August or September would have more opportunities. Would be curious. Bet my horse can look suspicious than yours. Don't worry about it. No need to apologize. I see. Yeah, I try to pay attention to the chat, but sometimes I just kind of get lost in thought, or usually just trying to focus on something else. You know, I'm trying to get better about multitasking, since it's not really my strong suit, but yeah. It's definitely a skill that needs to be learned. Alright. So let's get this coat cuff drawn out. By the way, do you personally try gardening, or is that something you're just not that interested in? I talked about it a little bit with others, but on stream, but you know, it's just something that's been on my mind a lot lately, so. That is to be expected when focuses on the task at hand. For efficiency, in time you'll master multitasking. Yeah, hopefully so. Yeah, so that would be my goal for now. That and speaking better, but that's yeah, I've been forgetting to work on my speaking skills lately, just because I got a new position in my job, so I've been kind of distracted by that, so that and just being kind of tired, so yeah, there's just a lot of things I need to focus on. Gardening, you say? I'm kind of a plant killer, unfortunately. I see. Yeah, I've heard a few people kind of struggle with that, so I guess not really anything abnormal. Just thought I'd ask, because that's at least around in my like zone or climate zone. It's getting to be around that time to start gardening and stuff. I live in like I live in more of a northern area, so it takes a while to warm up. Though lately it's actually been pretty toasty, so. I just brought my broccoli sprouts back in from outside, so I actually didn't want to take them out yesterday because how warm it was. I was a little worried if they'd overheat, I guess I should say, because it was like 80 yesterday Fahrenheit. So the way I speak, I'm hard to understand. I lack clarity and speed up unconsciously. I see. Oh, you speak clearly and everyone can understand what you say. Your speaking skills are wonderful already. Gardening, you say? I'm kind of... thank you. I guess I am getting a little bit better, but I still want to work on it a little bit, because I want to try and get better at speaking with a deeper voice, I guess, because... and basically have, you know, more of a... and have... increase my and stamina, because sometimes my throat gets hurt when I go on for too long, like maybe around 2 or 2.5 hours is kind of my limit, but yeah, I kind of hope to be able to stream for longer. So broccoli, you say? Got a favorite dish? I think I enjoy broccoli, like, generally. I don't eat it a ton now, but that's more of a issue with me just not eating enough greens. But I'd say broccoli is one of my preferred greens. I know we tended to eat them a lot when steamed when I was younger, but I'm also hoping to make like a broccoli and cheddar soup as well. I thought that sounded good. Maybe use them stir fries as well, because if I use it, if I choose to like use it to dip in something like broccoli, I know that broccoli tends to pick up a lot of sauce. I know it's not very healthy, but yeah, the dipping potential of broccoli is great. Deeper voice, are you comfortable with speaking? Please don't harm or overwork yourself. Sorry, I'm just gonna, it's just that before I started streaming, I honestly like almost never spoke, except when it was necessary, so my voice got hurt pretty easily, so, but yeah, it's just kind of a lot of it's like issues with endurance, but yeah. Happiness better than being healthy. They tend to be equal, I guess. But yeah, so sorry, I got just, my mind is a little bit mixed up. So, oh crap, I forgot to. Sorry, I just like I'm not sure what these lines are doing. I realized that the coat goes over here, or I guess that's the. Yeah, I'm not sure what I did right here. Okay. I guess I'll just, I'm not sure how these clothes work right now, but I'll just go with it. Hopefully no one will care too much that the clothing doesn't make too much sense. So. Okay. Consider hydrating, please. Also, no need to apologize. I'm distracting you after all. And Super Cool Guy says, "What's up, Viridian? How is your day going?" And hello, Super. And also, I usually try to hydrate. I have coffee right now, but I'm gonna get water later. I just forgot to put water in the filter jug earlier, so yeah, I'm planning to get water. And also to Super, my day is going all right. Nothing too exciting happened, so it's just kind of, I put the broccoli sprouts out for a few hours, and then I brought them back in before the stream started. I think it's supposed to storm today, by the way, so it doesn't seem like the weather's bad right now, but it's probably going to get crazy later. I don't know, I'll probably stop streaming before that happens, but yeah, so I'm just doing this little cute, just to show Super what I'm doing this little cute garden chibi, so to kind of help celebrate growing season coming in. I might be able to finish it today, because it's not super complicated, but we'll have to see, so. Please stay safe and take care. Okay. I'll try to do that. It's not, you know, my endurance is getting like better than it used to be, so there's that. Just kind of, but yeah, I'm just kind of hoping to get better at certain things. But yeah, I appreciate the concern, but I'll be okay. But yeah, sorry, I'm just kind of, sorry if I'm a little quiet right now. I know that Super just dropped in, but just kind of doing a By the way, the reason I'm doing the little chibi is because I'm working on the. I just thought I'd do something simple before I start like doing more mermaid stuff, because I am still like planning out the images that I want to do. This is just one of the sketches I've done. I still need to work on this, but yeah. In time, you'll learn and have more experience. No point in rushing. Take your time, and may you enjoy the process. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of. I know I feel like I'm already like doing a lot better than I used to do, so I'll be okay. But yeah, so yep, Mermaid is coming. So next month is definitely going to be pretty busy for me. So between the Mermaid and finally getting things planted, because May is the time that you generally want to plant most stuff around here. And I live in a 5 or zone 5, which is a climate zone. I think that's usually referenced for gardeners. So yeah, most things can't really be planted until May, because the last frost is usually, it takes place around the end of the month, like around that time, I think. Actually, it might be middle of May where the last hard frost should be, or the last average frost. But there's actually a little area around me that I noticed on the climate zone map that apparently it does have it go into later. But it does seem to be just a really small zone, so. By the way, have either of you two played Stardew Valley? Because I decided to try some new music for the garden stream. So I just thought I'd play the Stardew Valley soundtrack. I know that the creator himself said that it's okay to just play. That it's okay to like play the game music on streams and videos, but yeah, I'm a little worried about any bots or anything coming in, but we'll probably be fine. Music is calming. I never played Stardew Valley. I see. Yeah, so Stardew Valley is like this kind of a farming game. So at least the main focus is farming, but it's a pretty like well-known cozy game. And between like the farming, you can also socialize with different villagers, or you can go into a cave and fight monsters, because that's possible. And yeah, there's just a variety of different things you could do. I was thinking of like doing Stardew Valley streams here and there, but I need to. All right. Sorry, I just kind of thought I saw something on that line. But yeah, I thought I could like play the game a little bit as like an extra stream or extra gaming stream. Because I was thinking of doing it or specifically just doing the Stardew Valley streams after I finish the second Ori game, but you know, I was also thinking I could do like Dave the Diver next, so I think Stardew Valley would work as just a occasional extra stream game. But yeah, so damn, seems I'm needed. May you have lots of fun, hydrate, stretch, and have a wonderful time. I'll catch you a different time. All right, Hoshi, I hope the rest of your days goes well. And thank you for coming, I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm a really boring person, sorry. No, that's okay, I'm boring too, so. Yeah, sorry. And not to say that you're that boring, you're someone who is willing to talk, which is much appreciated. And it's not like you have it. But yeah, you're not like boring or yeah, to be honest, I'm personally kind of a little bit boring just because I mostly talking about the same things every few streams. I have plans to try to be more interesting by studying certain things, but I never get around to it due to just being a bit tired. But sorry. probably... I wouldn't necessarily call you boring, because you do try to, like, make conversation and all that. I'm just going to adjust this line right here, because I don't like how it went to that same point. Just going to draw a little button right here, and it's supposed to be a necklace too, but yeah, so this is just an alternate outfit that I came up with for my character, I guess. Just on the spot. Sometimes I do that, but I was thinking of nicknaming this outfit Scarecrow, or the Scarecrow design, just because it's farming themed. Though it's not really that scarecrowy. Do you like penguins? They're very good survivors. They could live almost everywhere on Earth. I see. Hold on. Did you mean the type penguins, or is that another completely different species? Hold on, I'm just gonna look that up real quick. Sorry, I don't know if you're talking about something else, but if you're talking about penguins, yeah, like, I like penguins pretty alright. I find them to be pretty cute, though. I wouldn't say they're my favorite animal, though. Sorry, I'm just trying to come up with another animal. Been sort of thinking about bugs, because I got even more seed packets recently, but just mostly Elysiums. I'm kind of hoping to attract some beneficial insects, which are usually predators, I heard, or pollinators. But yeah, just kind of thinking about where I can, like, shove beneficial flowers, because I'd probably make the garden look really pretty, along with it being useful. Oh, it's spelled with a E. It's penguin. Yeah, that's what sorry, oh my god. That's what I thought you meant. Ugh. It's just, sorry. Just a lot of air just coming up right then. But yeah, I think penguins are pretty cool. English is still pretty hard for me. That's okay. As someone who only knows, like, one language, probably, you know, sorry. I still think it's kind of impressive that you can hold out with it, or that you're doing pretty well with English, I should say. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna... Let's just get this little arm drawn out. Sorry, I think I kind of struggle with speaking and doing things like line art. Line art isn't really my strong suit, but yeah. You know, I kind of wonder if there's any, like, penguin mermaids out there. Actually, I guess a penguin, they want to call it a mermaid, but, you know, sometimes people like to make mermaid characters with unique animals rather than just the general fishy version. But I feel like a penguin is probably drifting too far from the fishy or sea themed, even though penguins tend to live next to the ocean. Did you know that, like, dragonflies are, like, peak predators? I remember watching a video about trying to like attract dragonflies to the garden because they eat mosquitoes, which almost no one likes mosquitoes, so. And I remember like watching videos about how strong they are as predators. They're very good at hunting and all that. Sorry, it's probably a better way to describe it, but like they have almost like 360 vision or something because of how their eyes are designed. It's been a little bit since I watched animal fact videos, now that I think about it. Like last year at my job, I remember seeing like a ton of dragonflies kind of hopping onto like shopping carts and all that. It's pretty funny. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, they were like kind of everywhere. I didn't see all that many praying mantises though. I remember seeing them a few times. I remember seeing quite a few of them during like August, but I guess technically that would be a good thing because they're not really good for the environment. I don't know. It was just kind of a special treat to see them there. See them in the shopping carts. Dragonflies are scary. I don't like them personally. No? I mean, they don't really go after humans at all. They're just they mostly just go after, like, pests, so. Of course, I guess they can get, like, really big, but yeah, they don't really. I mean, they're generally pretty harmless. Are there any insects that you personally like? I think you mentioned bees earlier. I used to be kind of scared of bees when I was little, but I realize now that that they don't really want to go out of your way to hurt you. I'm still kind of freaked out by wasps, though. Those guys can screw off. Yeah, last year there was actually a wasp trying to form a nest in our doorway, so I had to take that out pretty quickly, because absolutely not. Sometime, I don't know, like, for the past few years, there's, like, a bunch of wasps that try to move into our house, so I had to, like, go a little crazy. I tried to be at peace with them, but then one stung me in my bedroom, and it's like, okay, I'm taking these guys out. Yeah, bees. Do you know vulture bees? I don't think I've heard of vulture bees, actually. I know there's like a fly out there that evolved to look like bees. So, okay, sorry, just changing my position. Okay, I need to fix my sort of cushion. It's not really a cushion; it's a throw blanket that's been folded up. But my little office chair is kind of old, so the actual seat cushion is kind of terrible to sit on. So. I used to also stack a bunch of heavy stuff on there, so it's kind of my fault why it's bad. Though, of course, I had it for probably 8 to 6 years, maybe even longer. So it is pretty old. Only costed like $50 though, so it's kind of relatively cheap for a chair. I looked into some really expensive chairs in the past, but fancy chairs are kind of like in the thousands, so it's like, yeah, it's way, way out of budget. So, yeah, so I didn't hear him. Vulture bees make their nest out of flesh because they can't dissolve. Whoa. Oi. They can't. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Or. Ugh. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, that sounds pretty wild, to be honest. Like, where do they get the flesh from? Reminds me of that one day, The Last of Us, am I right? Oh, yeah? You mean like the game? I guess it kind of does. Yeah, the game. So, yeah, I heard of that. Honestly, I guess like weird, gross, fleshy designs aren't super abnormal for horror games, but I guess it kind of fits into The Last of Us. I think that might be I think Last of Us might be a little more of a fungus themed, but yeah. I don't personally watch a lot of horror games, I should clarify, but I know I do like to watch other people play horror games. If I try to play a horror game, I'd probably die of a heart attack, let's be real. Yeah. Did you know there's a moth that looks like a hummingbird, by the way? And that it didn't really evolve to just become didn't really evolve for like camouflage or anything. It just oh no. Wait. Am I back? Hello? 1, 2, 3. I'm back. Okay. Sorry, I think that might have been hookup. Got a little worried. Might need a, like... Yeah, I just got kind of worried right there. I don't know if you can hear me. Sometimes you gotta, like, kind of restart things, maybe. But yeah, that's, I hate it when I get little hiccups like that. Sorry, yeah. I guess I'll type in chat to just make sure you're still there. Just to check. Sorry, I always put this... I have a bad habit of putting the stylus in my mouth. It's not really a good habit, but it's just kind of... I keep doing it because it's convenient. Very, very convenient. Okay, hold on. Just gonna get this data box. Okay. Okay, glad to see you're back. Yeah, it wasn't down for that long, but, you know, it's always concerning when that happens. Yeah, I guess the internet is still a touch wonky. It's been getting a little bit better, knock on wood, but, you know, hopefully it keeps up, knock on wood. I don't know if you heard about the knock on wood superstition, but I wouldn't consider myself super superstitious, but yeah, I guess when it comes to knocking on wood and just hoping things don't go terribly wrong, I just kind of need to, like, do that. What is superstitious? Not like superstitious or superstitious, like kind of a... not sure how to explain it. Sorry, I don't have the greatest... I'm not used to explaining definitions of words, so... But not like super superstitious, but super. It's really a tongue twister, isn't it? Superstitious. So just looking up the definition. Having their showings... Oh my god. Just said having their showings belief is superstitious. Yeah, that explains a lot. Excessively credulous belief and reverence for supernatural beings. A widely held but unjustified belief in supernatural causation leading to certain consequences of an action or event, or practice based on such a belief. She touched her locket for luck, a superstition she had since childhood. You don't believe in supernatural? Not a ton, just kind of. But, you know, as I said before, I just knock on wood, and I knock on wood just in case, because while I don't, like, personally believe in things like ghosts or not, it just kind of... I don't like it when things go wrong, so... So I just do it anyway. You know, it's just knocking on wood, so yeah. Yeah, like that. Sorry, I was just drinking coffee. Only ghost I believe in is the Holy Spirit. I see. Yeah, I think the knock on wood superstition actually comes from more pagan stuff. Like if you knocked on wood, you could probably like alert the fairies or something. I forgot the original origin technically, but I think it's something like that. Wait, so you don't believe in me? Sorry, I just suddenly remembered that I'm a ghost. Ooh. Yeah, so... It's like, I don't believe in ghosts. It's like, is a ghost. Has ghost in their name? Maybe, but we'll never know. Hardy har har. Yeah, so... I don't normally believe in ghosts until it's like in a dark, creepy, abandoned space, and suddenly it's like, oh, man, I sure hope ghosts aren't real. I don't know. I guess I'm a little nervous in dark places, but not normally. If it's an unfamiliar dark place, then yeah, obviously I'm getting a little bit nervous, but if it's like my house, it's just kind of not super nervous unless I'm more scared of furniture than ghost. The cliffhanger of the century. Yep, definitely. I remember last November, oh my god, my hair. I got a little plush decoration of a ghost for my... Because I thought it'd be funny if I got a ghost themed plush. You know, because it's in my theme, but I wanted to say that I bought it for like $2 because it was on clearance, but it's kind of not super related to anything. I also got a ghost pillow and because it looked kind of soft. I also have a little ghost beanie baby, but I didn't buy that recently. That was like from when I was like really tiny, a little kid. Technically, my mom bought it for me because I didn't have money back then, but you know. Sorry, I'm trying to finish this coffee off real quick. Ugh. my god. Lukewarm coffee. Ugh. Ugh. Definitely didn't drink that fast enough. How did you come to the idea to make a ghost model and the colors? Well, the ghost is, honestly, the ghost, I think a big thing for me is, I guess I wanted to do the ghost model because, my first Oshi was actually a ghost character, but she graduated, like, kind of not too long after I started following her, and then I just got really attached to the idea of having a ghost character because I was kind of sentimental about it. And I also was playing with the idea of having a merman model because I really like mermen, but I couldn't really decide, so I just kind of combined both of the ideas and made a deep sea ghost. So that's why my ghost character is supposed to be underwater. You know, that's why he has these like little fishies surrounding him. But yeah. And the reason for the colors is Viridian is one of my favorite oil colors. Like I used to do oil painting in community college, but and like the Winsor & Newton Viridian hue color was actually my favorite paint color. I just thought it was really pretty. I also used it as a mix to make like turquoise, which technically turquoise is my actual favorite color, but you know, I mix it with a little bit of phthalo blue and white, and I got a nice, really, really nice maritime color from that, so yeah, and that's why, and purple just goes with green, honestly. That's my personal belief. Funny. Yeah, so. Yep. But yeah, I was just really sentimental about the ghost theme, so I ended up going with it. Interesting story, I guess. But yeah, that's why my character looks the way he does. I also keep forgetting to play in character, but yeah. Most people probably don't care that deeply. I think I guess just with how much I tend to mess with the models and stuff and draw myself, kind of. I guess I have a hard time treating my character as myself, even though this character is specifically designed to represent myself. I've actually made like 3 different ghost designs, and it wasn't until I like watched a bunch of YouTube videos by a person called Squeegee that I kind of finally figured out my final design, which technically isn't what you are actually seeing here with not the shirt, but you know, the design with the big hat, the more gothic design, which hopefully I can bring to life sometime. I've been kind of planning out on what I could try to do with altering the 3D model, but yeah. It'd be nice to get my character to look more like how he's supposed to look. It's just that I'm not super experienced with like Blender, and there's probably a lot of things I really want to alter. I have to find some good tutorials and all that. You know, maybe I can ask that one friend I know. Dami Draws BT, they also have a V-Raid model, but they designed their character a lot more, or they altered their character a lot more, so it follows their character follows their taste a lot better, so. Yeah. Maybe I can ask them for if they have any good tutorials to look at. So, yeah, sorry, I'm just gonna be droning on and on. I like the banjo. I see. Let me... It's part of the Stardew Valley track. Let me just look up the... Maybe I can look up the name. Okay, look at 55. The library and the museum. Yeah, that's the theme song. Yeah, now that I think about it, that is the song that plays when you go into the library. And we get more banjo. Nice. But yeah, I guess you can probably see or hear now why Stardew Valley tends to be considered a cozy game. Outside of going into the dungeons, I'm not really a big fan of going into the caves where you have to actually do combat and stuff. I don't think that's very cozy, but I know a lot of other people like that aspect. It's just you kind of need to go down there to get like certain minerals. That's just kind of personally why I don't. Okay, you said you wanted ever to do a Stardew Valley stream. I would love to watch one. Yeah, I'd like to do one of those. It'd probably be on separate days than Gamer Goes Wednesday. Probably just like if I choose to do an extra stream, basically, like either on Thursday or on Tuesday nights. I'm not sure how available I'll be on Thursdays, but yeah. Yeah, just have it be something to pop in and out of. I'm also thinking of like doing a modded version just because there's like some mods out there that kind of add like whole new characters and everything. And I used to be like, I played the game pretty heavily back in the day, so I wouldn't mind having more new stuff for myself. There's also been a big there was like a big update that I haven't gone too deep into, but I did like kind of play the big update, but basically I just would like some new content to play. They have like some pretty nice looking farms there too. I used to be a big fan of the forest farm. Wait, but now I'm also a big fan of the meadow farm. Back in your day, what? Hey. Back in your day, was that before or after the dinosaurs? Want me to kick your butt? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not that old. But yeah, so... Sorry, I'm just gonna... By the way, I'm trying to stick to the sea theme with this design, so... Trying to give him some motion elements. Nah, just kidding. You're pretty young still. Yeah. Yes, I am. Not even 30 yet. I'm a zoomer, ding. I'm a zoomer. Okay, sorry, I'm taking a while with this line art. Longer than intended, but I just kind of been a little distracted. Once I finish this line art, I'm probably going to get some water, because I haven't been able to, because I forgot to put it in the filter, or the filter jug. We have, like, well water, so it's not super clean. Okay. Not young enough to say skibidi... Nope. No. Yeah, no skibbities in this household. Back in my day, we used to say lit and fam and squad. You know, I actually kind of... There's like some slang I kind of miss. I kind of miss when people used to say burb and snick. Like for snake and burbs, just because it sounded kind of cute. Little burbs out there. Sorry, I'm just kind of trying to hurry up a little bit. By the way, this is these little sap. I'm putting like little coral in for my seedlings because I thought it'd be cute. Technically, coral's an animal, but you know, just didn't have time to think of much else, and also just thought it fit the aesthetic a bit more. Honestly, all the sea vegetables seem to be like animals anyway. The sea cucumbers, sea tomatoes, probably sea basil out there too. Never heard of those. Proves my point about AHA. Okay. Of course, I think like burbs and snakes are more like millennials speak anyway, so. I used to mostly like, hang out with some older crowds. I wasn't really in danger or anything. Like they weren't like shady or at all or anything, but yeah. Prefer to hang out with older people because I... Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna making sure to add details to the basket. The basket made of sea straw. Is your time still boom boxes? No. No, boom boxes were... I think people still played boom boxes when I was like really, really little, but I don't know. I think they might have been considered old even when I was in my teens, so... I think my time was probably more like iPods. Though I think people are still like getting more into their phones. Like I said, I'm Gen Z. I'm just kind of on the older end of Gen Z, so. I know like some people are like trying to get into I know like record players and vinyls were gaining popularity again because of like hipsters, but yeah, so people were still like listening to things on their actual phone. But yeah, so sorry, I'm just trying to get things done, so a little bit quiet. Okay. I usually try to fill in the line art or make it like thicker because I think it looks kind of nice, but you know, that's more time. Let's see how this works. Oh yeah, this works pretty well. I'm not the best about using reference layers, but basically what I'm doing right here is reference layer is in the Clip Studio. You're able to have a layer follow the line art to another layer, or so it kind of stays filled in even if it's not really even though they're on separate layers. I know someone who loves K-pop. What is your opinion about music? Do you like K-pop, or do you have a different favorite artist? I'm not super into K-pop. I'm more into like EDM and like rock covers of other songs. Sometimes just normal rock. But yeah, like a mix of EDM and rock is what I'm generally interested in. I'll also listen to other stuff, like usually music from anime and video games. I know I tend to like that. But I haven't really been into pop music in general for a good while, so. But yeah, so what kind of music do you listen to? I know you mentioned that you liked classical music, but I don't know if you're into other stuff. I'm gonna look up what the song's name is, actually. It's kind of like how it sounds. I think it's from the winter season. Yeah, it's winter time. The music changes between every season in the game, so. But yeah, I can't exactly remember where that came from because it's been a little while since I played. Oops. Honestly, I haven't been the best about exploring different genres of music, though. At least not lately. I've just kind of been going to music that I'm familiar with. Okay. So, let's just get these little buttons in. Alright. And get these in. I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to bother removing the black filling from that one. I don't really feel like it. But okay, so just gonna add some more detail to the, or not detail, but more thick, make these thicker. You know, line variation is pretty good to have in your art pieces because that makes the piece more interesting. So, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I do like classical, but my music love is really wide. I always loved movie music. I once did listen a lot to a Norwegian singer named Aurora, but I don't really like her new music that much. I see. Yeah. I don't know what it is about like music from movies and anime and stuff, but it just tends to sound really nice. I know that at some point I tried to look into like weirder genres for EDM, but I guess I couldn't really stick with it that much. But yeah, I also don't normally follow specific artists, but I do since my interest tends to be a bit scattered. But I know I tend to like music from a group called Pendulum, which is a sort of mix between drum and bass and rock, maybe a little bit of rock. I guess I could say I like drum and bass too. Though whenever I try to look up a specific list for drum and bass, I'm not as thrilled for the music. Maybe if it's like labeled energetic drum and bass, but yeah. Yeah, sorry that I'm not very good at conversation right now. I'm just trying to. Sometimes the line art can be a little bit distracting because trying to make it look not terrible. Kind of wanted my chibi to be a little more neutral, have a more neutral expression, but you know, it looked a little dead inside, so I had to. I tried to make him look a little more smiley, I guess. You know, I try to make it look smiley by having these like sorry, oops, having these little or having the eyes kind of crinkle upward because as you know, there's like no mouth here, so it can exactly just I think things can look pretty cute with no mouth. I don't know why I have that opinion, but I just kind of do. Like Waddle Dees. Yeah. I know that Waddle Dees tend to be pretty cute. Also, I don't know if I showed you this yet, because I might have showed the, you know, I might have showed, I don't know if I showed this to you yet, but I've been trying to design another character, so. I'm not super thrilled about the drawing, but, you know, I've kind of struggled about getting this dude drawing this guy, because I don't know why I struggled so much, but, you know, he's kind of lived in my mind for a long time, but yeah. Okay, so I might try to draw more, but, you know, I generally don't have a good habit about drawing my characters. Not really an OC artist, I guess you could say. Looks like a cool cowgirl. Yeah, he's a dude. Yeah. But yeah, he's supposed to be an alligator guy. So, and also like an alchemist character, so. But maybe a little bit. But he's kind of definitely got like a grumpy personality, so yeah. Sorry. Alright, let's get this sprayed, lined. I'm really glad that that another streamer, Dami Draws, they showed me how to use the reference layers, because makes like a coloring easier. I used to like manually color everything, and that'd take like that add like another hour to the drawing process. When I use the reference layers, it just takes like a few minutes, or maybe like 20 minutes at worst. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to focus too much on lighting and shading though. Wonder how long the stream is going on. I think we reached about an hour, so might not hurt to do a little bit of shading. I usually don't go too detailed with shading here, but yeah. Not like a painting. Okay. Okay, let's try to be a little more confident with these brush strokes. But yeah, sorry, I haven't been the best at conversation lately. Just not nothing like too crazy has been happening lately. I might be getting a better handle at my job, but I'm not sure. I think I was just like slower these last 2 days. So I've been able to focus on like other tasks that I needed to worry about. I feel like it takes too long to clean the bottle room though. I realize I feel like it takes me like an hour to do that, which probably shouldn't be quite that long. There's just like, I try to like do a deep clean for each machine though, is the thing. Because the machines get like really, really gunked up fast, so. Sorry. Sorry, I really just realized I've been ignoring the chat. Sorry about that. It's always the long hair that confused me. Would you ever draw a female character? I'm probably going to be drawing an actual female character pretty soon, because I got an art trade going with someone else, but I usually prefer to draw like long-haired pretty boys, basically. Yeah. 11 days until my 1,000-day Duolingo streak. Congratulations. Yeah, it's gotta be a good feeling. And do you draw using an iPad or a laptop? I use a laptop. I actually have a canvas that was given to me a long time ago, but yeah, I use a drawing pad with a screen, because I don't actually own an iPad. I don't think I'd ever want to own something by Apple. But yeah, so. But yeah, I use a program called Clip Studio Paint, which is I think it's mostly used for computers. I think there's another program that people prefer for iPad drawing. I forgot what it's called, but I know the Clip Studio has a iPad version, but it's not as popular, I guess. Oh, I understand. No Apple fan. Do you use Samsung? Yeah, I tend to use Samsung. At least for my phone is an Android, but I wouldn't call myself a Samsung fan. Just kind of. I know my family tends to use a phone plan, so we get it for like a lot cheaper than we would normally buy them. But yeah. I usually try to get whatever's available to me. But yeah. And my laptop is a MSI gaming laptop, so it's stronger than like most laptops, but probably not as good as a gaming desktop. Honestly, I kind of wish I had a desktop, but you know, I can't really afford that right now, so you know, hopefully if I'm in a better financial place, it might be possible, but who knows. I just hope it lasts me for a long time. Oh. Sorry, me too, Samsung is great. It's the GOAT. I see. And hey, Starry Mouse, sorry if you've been here for a while. Yeah, I'm just drawing this, I've been drawing this, like, little chibi character because I still need to, like, plan out a bunch of mermaid pieces. But yeah, I'm just trying to do something simple today, and probably next Tuesday is another simple thing, but who knows. You know, May is going to be pretty busy, but yeah. Oh, hi, Flying Scott. Well, there's a lot of people showing up today. Thank you all for popping in. But yeah, I'm just doing my little garden chibi to celebrate growing season coming soon. And thank you. Yeah, so. But yeah, outside of this, I'm probably going to start like doing a lot of different planning. Doing planning for the mermaid, because, you know, gotta celebrate mermaid. But yeah, so. Not sure what my third piece is going to be, but you know, I do got a couple of, I got 2 images planned, so. But yeah, I'm trying to work on this, this is just what I've been working on. Kind of been a little slow about it because I'm doing just doing the line art, but, you know, hopefully the line art will finish soon and I'll be able to start doing the coloring. But yeah, this is more of a farmer-themed character, or not character. It's still my ghost character, but you know, he's wearing a little farmer outfit. Okay, my brain racking over Mermay is part of the experience. Yes, yeah. I actually forgot to join in for like the past few years every time, so trying to make sure I'm actually involved this time rather than just like a quickly drawn piece. And I'm excited to do some mermaid art too. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you come up with. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully everyone has a good mermaid. So, yeah, I'm just gonna show this. This is one of the pieces I'm planning on doing. It's just a quick sketch, but I doodled it out pretty quickly last Tuesday. I haven't really done much on Wednesday and Thursday though, because the connection issues and just mixed with being tired. So I guess I did like sketch out this current image last Thursday. Also, I started sketching this out Thursday. I guess I did more on Thursday than I thought I did. So now that I say it out loud, opposite end of the spectrum here. I can't do a piece a day anymore. Sag. Oh, I love the mood. Oh, thank you. To this mouse, and sorry to hear about that. Yeah, I'm not like doing the actual challenge. I'm just doing the mermaid pieces or merman pieces just because yeah, I can't do daily prompts. I tried doing one. I sort of did it once with Inktober. Actually, now that I think about it, I did Huevember like a couple years ago and back in 22, but yeah, so. But yeah, I'm trying to do like 3 paintings, which is kind of a lot for me. But yeah, hopefully I'm able to start picking up pace a little bit with drawing, because I've been slow for like the past like half year. And I don't really like being so slow, so. I guess Art Fight sort of had that intensity too, but it wasn't like 1 piece a day then for Art Fight. Though, like, I was like drawing like every day, hard at art labor. So, but yeah, I don't want to go like that intense, but you know, I want to get some paintings done. Oh, but yeah, so sorry, I went kind of off topic right there. So, but yeah, so do you guys have any like specific ideas for mermaid so far? Like outside of the obvious mermaid pieces, just like maybe a little more detail. For my 3rd piece, I can't decide if I want to do like another like merman drawing of Varia, my character, or doing like my old swamp merman from a while back. Because I know I don't really give him enough attention, but I guess there's just not like too much to his character. I feel like oh my god. I can't add too much to his character, but yeah. From the official prompts, I could do a few, including the very first prompt, Mir. But I have one more mermaid character now, so I can give her some fun sun. I see. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. But Mir sounds kind of interesting. I guess maybe I can base my 3rd piece off that. But yeah, admittedly, I'm not like following the prompts, so I guess not like the official mermaid celebration, just I want mermen. I just want to make sure to draw more mermen. I know back in the day I used to be like pretty obsessed. I'd have like periods where I was like absolutely obsessed with merman characters, but I guess it's been a little while. Been a little while since I've been super into it. I guess like the thing for me is like sometimes I kind of struggle doing compositions with mermen because I feel like I need to like show off the entire character for it. So, but yeah. Sorry, I'm just kind of trying to focus on this character. Reverse mermaids. Oh no, no, not the reverse mermaids. No. I'm just gonna. There. Starry Mouse, Trump. Okay. Sorry, I try to catch up with the chat. Likely I won't follow the prompt list, but I would love to make up some merman forms for some of my more neglected OCs. Yeah, that sounds like it would be fun. Honestly, all my literally all my characters are neglected, except maybe for Varya, but yeah, so I'm just gonna have to draw a couple of them. Yeah, showing the whole tail and stuff is a easy trap to fall into. I also keep finding myself doing it constantly. Yeah, just like it feels like an obligation, but yeah, sometimes I just kind of sometimes you just want to focus on the closer or get closer into the character. I guess like some more like generally scenic views wouldn't hurt. But yeah, so a little bit of a struggle. Aha, the fish head's so cute. Yep. Looks so cute. Yep. Alright, here's my... Yep, here's my contribution. Okay. So let's clean up this hat a little bit. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure to remember what else I need to do. Probably not going to make the basket too much thicker, but I guess for these outer areas, I should probably make it at least match the general composition. And I still need to draw the tool. I'm a little worried if I say the name of the tool, if I get in trouble with Twitch. You'd probably know what I'm talking about. Like I don't want to be mistaken for using it in another context by a bot, so yeah. He's just a little guy, yep. Yeah, he's my little reverse merman. Okay. I don't know, maybe I can like copy and paste it to another layer so I can just maybe hide it in the background or something. Sometimes I just have a hard time just like deleting little doodles. Even though no one's probably going to see it. The power move is to put a pin on Viridian with a wrist merman. Oh. I'm not sure about that. Okay. My mind is a little bit scattered. I wonder how effective a reverse merman will be at farming. Probably not very. They'd have to do everything with their feet. Oh yeah, and there's like a little bit off topic, but I know I had like this concept I've been interested in of for like a merman farmer, but like they kind of try to farm manatees like they would cows. I actually tried doing a drawing of one, but I never really finished it. You know, I can probably like open it up real quick. Also just occurred to me that I never saved, so hold on, let me look for it. I thought I'd just show it off real quick, but let's go to the M's. There's a lot of things I have not organized, so oh yeah, Mer Farmer. Yeah, this is a... I tried to make this drawing a while back, but I just never really got around to finishing it. I mean, manatees are also called sea cows in some regions, so yeah. Yeah, merman farmer. But yeah, I never really got around to finishing it. It might not hurt to redraw it someday, but, you know, not exactly this image, because I think my anatomy got a lot better since then. Yeah, I feel like the anatomy's a little bit off here, so maybe another time. And aw, yeah. Did you know the milk of marine mammals tends to be really thick, so it doesn't like mix into the water? Thought I'd just point that out. Part of me wonders what it would taste like, but I'm not the type of person that try like strange milk, so yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Sorry, trying to sing along with the music. Aw, I know. I knew that already, but chunky milk. Yep. Chunky milk. Actually, maybe not chunky milk, but thick yogurty milk. I don't know the actual consistency. Maybe more like a gel. Anyone interested in some milk gel? I like the image of them trying to slurp off the goop. Yeah, that sounds awful. Imagine trying to make sea pancakes with that. Of course, I guess sea pancakes also refers to another animal. Like trying to make sea pancakes, you just hit a manta ray with some sea milk. I read breast milk with a specific G-Mix Baby Smarters. Oh wow. Didn't know that. Yeah, that sounds kind of crazy. Oh, I don't know why that got to me. By the way, I might need to like take a short break at some point. Just not too long, but I do need to get like actual water to drink because I haven't been able to get a glass of water yet today because I forgot to, you know, just kind of put it in the filter jug. So just a fair warning. Oh, but yeah. You know, I wonder if there's an animal called the sea potato for sea hash browns. By the way, does anyone else like to imagine their characters doing sea cooking, or try to figure out ways for their merman to cook, or try to use fire? Because I think part of the appeal of like swamp merman for me, or swamp merfolk for me, is just because they probably have access to land. I don't know. I feel like the idea of not being able to cook much kind of bothers me. Apparently, sea potatoes are real. They're urchins. Oh wow. I'm just gonna Google that real quick. Forgive me. Sea potato. Alright. Yeah, there's sea potatoes. Also known as common heart urchin. Yep. Sea potatoes are a thing. And they are in fact urchin. Yeah, there's like a sea everything, man. You know, earlier I joked about like sea basil, along with your sea potatoes, which are also another thing. The potatoes are real, not the basil though. Unless it is. Sea animals are scary. Think about the largemouth bass. Is that a sea animal actually? Sorry, I'm just questioning you. I thought largemouth bass were like a freshwater thing. So I guess I could understand being a little creepy, but yeah, sea bass are actually freshwater, so. But yeah, some sea creatures can be a bit creepy. I heard about the stonefish being a concern because you can't really see them, but they're like highly venomous. I cheat with the cooking merfolk cooking, or with the cooking merfolk cooking, because my primary one is half octopus, so she can keep herself pressurized to do land things. I see. Sometimes I also think about like using deep sea vents, but that'd probably be too deep for most mermen or for merfolk. Sorry, struggle to speak. Okay, I'm just gonna copy and paste this little guy onto another layer so I don't lose him. Okay, Control C, Control V, and then I can delete the one on the base layer. So yeah, it has its own layer now. I'm just gonna hide that. All right. Let me just hide the sketch real quick. Yep. All I have left is the gardening tool. Yeah, sorry if it sounds like sounds a little dumb trying to just calling it a tool. But I don't want to like get flagged for anything. Yeah, tool of a certain name. Starts with an H. Oh, this music's pretty cute right now. Do-do-do. But yeah, the pressurized octopus sounds pretty interesting. Sorry if I went a little off topic. Honestly, sometimes I just imagine my character's just going to land. Land anyway. Like they have a little bit of a resistance to drying out, but not for a little bit. Okay, Dito. Oh god, the hair, it's escaping. Oh, yeah. Sometimes it does that. I don't know if there's any good way to fix that, but you know, I'm not really an expert with 3D stuff. I've been thinking about doing trying to either edit my V-Raid model with Blender or just straight up making a 3D model, but I don't really have that much experience with 3D stuff, and I don't know any good tutorials to use, so. Okay, I'm just gonna try and finish this image real quick. Nope, I misspelled that. Okay. Yep. Okay, I think I drew that wrong. Yeah, so I'm just gonna look away from the chat real quick, because I need to look at this image. Okay, I guess what I'm drawing here isn't really exactly correct, but it's fine. Okay. I still kind of want this little back end right here. But yeah, I don't know if I told you guys. I tried to do hand tilling on my garden just to see if I could do it, and I can't do it. I mean, I guess technically I could if I just spread it out over many weeks, but I'm really hoping I can borrow that one tiltor. Sorry, okay, I'm back to that chat. I'm sorry I used translate. Largemouth bass is clearly wrong. It's Latin name Europharynx pelican. That, I see. Maybe I can just Google it. Oh, that thing. Okay. The pelican eel. Yeah, that's what it's called. Sorry, I just threw it into Google, so... Yeah, that guy definitely does look a little creepy, doesn't it? Definitely would make one crazy, mermaid character. I don't think I'd make a mermaid out of that. You know, at some point I kind of wanted to make a cuttlefish mermaid, but I'm not sure how it would handle the head of a cuttlefish. By the way, I don't really think cuttlefish are that creepy, but they are pretty interesting. Because they can change their colors and all that. Alright, sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna... Alright. Yeah, I think I'm good on the sketch, so I'll just try to add some thickness to these, to this coat. Which is, based on the coat of the Varia's OG design, but make this line thicker here. And, oh, shoot, I almost forgot the necklace. Okay. Sorry, it's just kind of taking a little bit more time. Honestly, the necklace seems a bit low, so I'll just, do a little basic circle for this. I'm just gonna do this. Oh, dang it. Okay. And I'll try to erase some of the lining. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit quiet at the moment. I'm just trying to get this line art done with, so I can just move on to the coloring. Ah, come on. Sorry, I can't keep my hand straight. Okay. Good enough. Alright. Sorry, I'll look at the chat again. Reminds me of a loose jaw. Dude, when they talk, they look normal, but when they open all the way, the jaw just extends down the body. Wow. Cuttlefish are legally bound not to be scary. They have to be weak eyes. Yeah. I just thought it'd be kind of funky if I try to make it look like an actual... I guess some people just, like, have the entire cuttlefish body as the merman part, but... No, technically, yeah. I just feel like I can't help but think of a merman having, like, a really, really big forehead, because cuttlefish have really big heads. BRB, gotta watch my favorite television series for a moment. See you later, Viridian. I'll be back. Alright, hope your show goes well. And might see you again. This image probably isn't too far from being done, but it's not as long as it usually goes, but yeah, so I actually think it's time for me to BRB real quick too, just because I need that glass of water, so yeah, I shouldn't be gone for too long. I just need to get my water. But yeah, so I'll be back, everyone. I'll try to be a little better about talking too, so BRB. Also, now that I think about it, I need to add my 2 recent paintings, but that's not time. Okay, I'll be right. Alright, sorry about that. I am back. Alright. Now it looks like I think the line art here is alright, so I don't really want to work on it anymore, so okay. Yeah, let's just kinda alright. Okay, I just need to combine all these layers. So fish. I need to name the layers too, by the way, so because I have a bunch of unnamed layers. Sketch. And then just a... Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, let's get on with the coloring. So hopefully this shouldn't be too long. I'm just gonna turn... Oh my god. Okay. Sorry, sometimes it's just hard to talk because a bunch of air keeps trying to come up and it feels kind of gross, but... And it's only, like, specifically only when I stream that this happens, so... Which kind of sucks. So yeah, I'm just gonna start coloring in my little guy right here. And I tend to do things in a lot of separate layers until I'm able to combine them, because the skin, eye, and hair tend to be in different layers since I use a lot of clipping mask for my art. Oops, that's fine. You know, I try to add a lot of different detail, even though it's technically supposed to be a simple piece. Oops, that's... hold on. Okay. So I'm just gonna fill in all of this. Okay, so this is the skin layer. Don't want to miss the ear. And let's get the eyes. So, and I'm just taking it from this, or a previous image I've done. I'm gonna make it a little lighter. It's basically Varia's eyes are supposed to be my actual favorite color. We were talking about I earlier, for those who weren't here before, I was talking about making my characters or my character my favorite oil color. That's why I chose like Viridian. The theme of Viridian is because I like Viridian paint. But yeah, technically my actual favorite color is turquoise, so yep. Okay, so I'm just gonna name these layers real quick so I don't forget. Hair, eyes, and finally the skin, and then everything else will be on the same layer, so they mix very well. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, they are technically analogous colors, so yeah. By the way, I was talking about this with Super earlier, but have you like played Stardew Valley, or do you like play games in general? I mean, I haven't played Stardew in a while, but I've been thinking about like playing it for doing like some occasional extra streams where I play Stardew. So I don't know. I was thinking that could be kind of fun. I realized I missed the little hair tassels right here, so oops. But yeah, so. But yeah, so. The music that I'm playing right now is actually from Stardew Valley. Yeah, hopefully I don't get in trouble for it, but I know that the creator of the game doesn't mind, or has explicitly said that it's okay for people to stream the game, but hold on. Oops. Okay, hold on. There's a little bit of a open space right here, so I gotta fill that in before I hit this. Yep, okay. Let's make some fix these little crunchies. Alright. I used to not be a big gamer, and I can't say I've ever played Stardew. Okay. Yeah, Stardew is like considered to be a pretty like chill game, so it's where you can like where you basically play as a farmer and you take part in the local community and just kind of chill and stuff. But yeah, you can like grow little crops and raise some animals, and it's pretty nice game. I haven't played, but yeah, I've been thinking about streaming it, so just thought I'd ask. Do you play games in? You said you used to not be a big gamer. Do you play more games now? Out of curiosity, hopefully I didn't ask. Hopefully I haven't asked this before. But yeah, so. But yeah, I don't play that many games in general now, but outside of streaming, just because I don't really have the time or energy. But maybe I can try playing more games sometime in the future. Okay, let's get this dark black. Sorry, I'm just kind of zoned out real quick. Don't play that many myself either. Got 4-figure digit hours in TF2 and Monster Hunter though. I see. Yeah, so I heard of those games. I never played TF2, but I know my brother used to play a lot of that game, and I know it's like still pretty popular, I think. And I used to be really into Monster Hunter Rise, but I haven't played in a while. Kind of want to get back into that game, but maybe if I'm able to. Yeah, there's a lot of things I want to stream, but I don't have the energy to do like 4 streams a week. So also a smaller scope game I love is Inscription. I see. I don't think I've heard of Inscription actually. What's that game about? Is there like puzzle solving involved, or? Kind of sounds like something that would have puzzles in it. Probably why I haven't heard of it, because I don't play a lot of. I'm not smart enough for puzzle games. Oops. Trying to yoink colors from one image from another. Okay. I wonder if I should like make an official palette for Varia to help things be a little more consistent, but I'm not sure. I don't think things are too inconsistent anyway, so. Of course, I keep hitting the wrong thing. Oops. Come on. Keep hitting the wrong image. Okay. Actually, I need to brighten this one up. It's a little too dark right here. Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at the. It is a card game, but actually, it is an escape room. I see. Sounds pretty interesting. I don't think I ever played. I was about to say I don't think I ever played a card game, but I have played like some card games, just not a whole ton of them. Especially not like a video game card game, but I used to play the basic ones like Uno and Go Fish. But yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. So, by the way, which Monster Hunter game is your favorite? I played a little bit of Roll 2, but I haven't really been able to get that far into it. It just felt really different from what I was used to with Rise. I guess In Rise, it's kind of, I found it easier to run away from monsters, I guess. Kind of a struggle because I tried to explore and I keep getting attacked randomly, but I realized that I'm probably supposed to hide in the bushes. Because in Rise, I used to just like climb up stuff and I wouldn't have much issue. Oops. Oops. Sorry, there's an open line right here, so I just need to make sure I not close that up. Alright. I think these are safe. Yep. Okay. Alright, alright. Okay. Probably should have closed some of these, but I don't know. Hold on. Need to deal with these little crunchies. I need keep hitting the wrong thing. Alright. Okay, close this. Get this fish color and then just kind of clean that up. Okay. I tried using a different pen tip for my line art, by the way, so it's a bit crunchier than what I'm used to. But yeah, so just kind of, it's not too bad though. Oh, sorry. I think I'll be a contrarian and say Generations. Still very primitive Monster Hunter, but it's such a good companion game due to how long it actually is. Ah, I see. I'm not super knowledgeable about the former or the older games, admittedly. I kind of just played the more recent pair, or not the. I guess Wilds is still the most recent, but I don't think my computer can run that, so I haven't been able to touch it. Also, kind of thought it. If I started playing that, I'd probably have to do it off stream at least. So. Sorry, I just need to think of some colors real quick. Okay, hold on. By the way, my character's supposed to be holding like little, or carrying a little of coral sprouts. I know that coral is an animal, but and not a plant, but yeah, may as well. Okay. Sorry. Wilds is great, but the graphics are just too N64 every other shot, so I personally wouldn't recommend getting it back in right now. I see. Yeah, and I kind of remember the crap that went down with Dragon's Dogma 2, so kind of didn't really want my heart broken again. Because actually, I was a pretty big fan of the first game. I guess not like a super fan, but I was pretty into it for a while. But yeah, my computer struggles to run the second game, so it's kind of my struggle, I guess. Okay, let's just make this basket gray. But yeah, I guess I heard a little bit of the news for it, but just kind of like I heard that the story wasn't too bad, but just can't. But yeah, so oops, just gonna make these. Should probably make these a little lighter actually. Shoot, 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 shoot. No, no, oh no. Hit the wrong thing. Nope, come on. I'll leave the inside of the basket darker, though. Alright. Sorry, I'm still not great at conversations, but yeah. Alright, so I think that's a lot of the base colors. Still gotta do some of the additional details, but we're getting there. Oh yeah, I still need to make a color for the garden tool that starts with an H. I don't like the specific shade coming. Alright. Hey, you're trying and appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just kind of not the best. Still learning how to multitask, I guess. Also, just not that much interesting has happened in my life. It's just kind of been garden, 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 work, garden, work. But yeah, so. Speaking of garden, I got some broccoli sprouts that have been popping out for the past few days. It's kind of exciting. They're supposed to be like fancy broccoli too, so like they're supposed to have like purple heads, but still tastes like decent. I heard that sometimes purple crops can be a little bit better, but apparently these just taste like normal broccoli, so yeah, I'm kind of excited about getting them. They're a breed called the Burgundy. But yeah, so kind of excited to see what I get. I also got a crap ton of seed packets for flowers, so. Ooh, I've never heard of purple broccoli before. Yeah, it's kind of. I know there's probably a few varieties out there, but yeah. Did you know there's like 4 different colors you could get for cauliflower? I've seen green spiky cauliflowers, but never purple broccoli. Yeah. Yeah. Did you know that carrots used to primarily be purple before in the past? I actually bought a pack of multicolored carrots the other day, but I haven't actually opened it yet. Should probably try eating those sometime soon. It's been like a week. But yeah, I'm excited for my purple broccoli. It's supposed to be like a loose head type of broccoli, so apparently it's supposed to regenerate more easily than the broccoli with the bigger heads, so should be able to eat from it more regularly. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to see how it goes. Honestly, it's around the time of year when I actually need to start plotting or getting my greens in the ground. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to handle that. Okay, let's just get these eyes filled in. Oops. Sometimes my button pressing isn't the most responsive. Oops. Yeah, I try to make these eyes look a little more detailed than the rest of the body. Just because I think it looks nice. So. Just gonna add a bunch of details to these gradients. For some reason this looks kind of dark though, so this little area right here. Okay. Don't they still make crisp out of purple carrots? Honestly, I'm not sure. I just know that they exist, so. And that they used to be more common. You know, I wasn't initially planning on doing more carrots this year, but I realized I might have this space in the ground, so I'm just gonna be like, screw it. Gonna try the carrots again. So I tried growing carrots a couple of years back, but they didn't really grow all that big, so. I think the biggest one I had was like 4 inches. So that would end in centimeters. That might be, see if I can do the mental math. Maybe like 9 to 10 centimeters. So, but yeah, so. Sorry, I kind of went off topic right there. But yeah, I don't know if they use it still for, I don't know if they're used for making crisp or chips or whatever. You know, I had some like carrot chips in the past, or crisp, or chip crisp. Yeah, they were really good. Kind of shocked how sweet they can be. You know what? I'm gonna make these sleeve cup. I'm gonna change the color of these sleeve cuffs. I wish I can speak. Also, there's a ton of crunchies that I didn't notice right here, so. You know, part of me wants to call this outfit Scarecrow Varia or something. Even though it's not really a scarecrow, it's just kind of farming clothes. Okay. So, I forgot to fill in these buttons too, so, yeah. Yeah, so, oops. Also, I should probably change the background real quick, so. How about, I'm just gonna try this color maybe. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I realized I was forgetting something. Unfortunately, referencers aren't perfect, but also I forgot to. Hey, come on. Oops, that's the wrong thing. There. Maybe. Hold on. Just erase. Change the type of fill bucket. So. Oh, and it just dawned on me that the music's off. So. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just kind of. See if I can find another. I'll just replay it. So, sorry, it's just kind of a little bit quiet. Also, no, it just occurred to me that I'm not really thrilled about this color. Yeah, I want the color to be like kind of oceany, but not too loud. And I just forgot to change that. Okay. Maybe less saturated? No, that's too dark. Yeah, the local value of blue tends to be really dark, so it's kind of have to be careful when using that. Okay. Looks like we can get back to work, so let's see. Alright, let's get this blue color real quick. And let's create a clipping mask, and I'll switch over to the add glow. And that way I can add that hair detail that I like to use. Basically, the detail I use is basically kind of add this color to the outside, or to the edges of the hair, I should say, so it looks like my hair is glowing. Okay. But yes, so my character is supposed to have glowing hair. Because he's with a ghost. Okay, just marking out the areas where it should hit. Okay. Huh? Sorry. Oh no, you going stiff? To be fair, the effect works. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I also think it just makes my character pop a little bit. Honestly, I know that people like to say there's not really much originality available in characters or VTuber designs, but I feel like I haven't really seen anyone who actually looks like my character yet. Like the one right here that I designed, not necessarily the one I'm currently using, because I haven't really done much with it. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'm not really. I wouldn't get upset if I found someone kind of similar looking, because sometimes it can be kind of fun to find someone with similar interest. Though I know a lot of people get kind of stressed out by that kind of thing. Find my VTuber cousin, basically. But yeah, so my V cousin, as some would say. But yeah, let's just get this effects painted out. Also, I think the add glow layer does a lot of heavy lifting. I'm not sure what exactly it does, but it just makes things pop. So honestly, I had to kind of train myself to use it less, because I used to use it a lot more in like paintings with layer modes, but I feel like I tend to overuse it. I felt like I was overusing it, so yeah. Okay, try to drag myself over. Oops. Okay. Okay, so there. Of course, we're still gotta get this area, and we'll do this right here. Okay, so I got the areas marked off. Let me change my position. I mentioned earlier that I need to fix my little cushion that I made for myself. It's just a folded throw blanket, but since my chair is kind of old, the actual cushion isn't the best. So first off, your avatar is a man, which makes it more original than just big booby anime girl, but that looks especially yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess that's true. Like, as I said before, I don't really like mind if I find someone who's a little more similar. I know it still happens with like people with male characters, but yeah. Admittedly, having more clothes probably is a little less common. Not to shame anyone who does have who does wear more revealing stuff. It's just kind of, I guess when you think about it, that I know there's like a certain type of top that a lot of people like to give their characters. Admittedly, I still kind of like to use that kind of top too. I might have to like, just draw it out so people know what I'm talking about, but kind of like, I still give some of my characters like this top, but just kind of this like a tank top looking outfit, and then like turtleneck tank top with the boob window. So like I use it too, but I know it's like kind of mentioned that a lot of people like to have this kind of upperwear, but yeah. Maybe one day we'll find more sort of gothically dressed ghosts that live underwater. Gothic green ghost. Gothic blue ghost. I don't know. Yeah, so I'll just continue working on this. Yeah, I don't want people to think I'm like talking shit just because I'm not trying to. Hey, you can have a whole cast of goths. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe so, I guess. Honestly, I guess, like, thinking about it now, a lot of my characters tend to look similar to each other because I've honestly just have a really specific type that I like. That kind of, like, incorporated a lot into like, Various design, because, you know, he's supposed to be my, like, persona character who represents me, so may as well just add a bunch of things that I like in my character. You know, like that coat with the that like coachman's coat that has a lot of layers to it. Big brim hat, bad boy expression. Like that puppy dog face, I guess. Oh, sorry, I'm just kinda zoning out a lot. I'm gonna try and pop in a cough drop real quick. I'm gonna see how long I can go, but yeah, just gonna. Righto, must be off. Been fun. I hope you have a good fun stream. Thank you. I hope the rest of your day goes well. Hopefully I have more to talk about next time. Outside of just garden and, garden and work. But yeah, I'm just gonna try and finish this this stream, so, but like I said before, I hope you have a good day. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna finish this character, or try to finish this little chibi today, and then I'll worry about what to draw next week. But see ya. Right, see ya. Oh, what's the point? Not much of the day left. Oh yeah, I guess you live in the Netherlands too, so it's probably pretty late. But yeah, so I'll just try to keep going. It's only like 3 p.m. here, or I guess in the other type of time it's 15, so. But yeah, so just kind of not sure how much details I'll have for shading, but like obviously this isn't going to be like painting level. But yeah, I'll just keep on doing these little highlights and just kind of keep going. Now that I think about it, I should probably darken this section a little bit, like where the eyes would be. Sometimes I normally try to. Nope. Yeah, this. Okay. Do it for the eyebrow too. Yeah, I usually try to darken this so I can so it just stands out a bit. So yeah, hopefully my voice doesn't sound too weird with the cough drop in my cheek. Got the honey lemon flavor. don't think popping in cough drops counts as drug use either. I don't think so anyway. It's just kind of just makes your throat hurt less. Okay. This is the wrong color. That's why it looks so dull. Yeah, I just kind of realized I was looking a little bit dull. It's using that shade color I was using for the eye, so whoops. But yeah, so hopefully next week my connection will be better and I won't have to worry about I'll be able to just play Ori. I also might just go ahead and start buying sprouts from the garden center, so because it's around that time of year. I'm also just getting excited and want to get things started, so I'll probably try to keep them outdoors too. I think it's like warm enough. And a lot of these a lot of the veggies that I'm going to plant in the earlier part of the month, or I'm supposed to plant in the early part of the month will probably be okay. Okay. But yeah, I really hope I get that tilt-a-whir, because I don't think I can handle all that hand tilling. Yeah, if I planned things out better, I probably would have just choked out the grass. Like, put a bunch of cardboard down over all that grass, and then I just kind of let it choke out, and then I can just come in with the shovel, and the dirt should have been a lot softer. But no, I have to kind of stab into a bunch of grass, and then try to flip it over, which I just don't think I can do. Like, I probably need to till like a foot down, at least. But yeah, I'm taking up a decent amount of area, because basically I just wanted a lot of space for growing a bunch of brassicas. So I have supposed to have a big long row for brassicas, and then next to that will be what was originally supposed to be the veggie patch, but the veggie patch, or the lettuce patch I should say, but I'm adding cucumbers and carrots to it because I have the space. And looks like Super's back. Hello. I'm back from watching my TV series. I see. How was it? Not too much has happened around here. I guess I started just filled in all the colors, and I'm adding the glowing effect to the hair right now, so usually do it with little highlights like this. Probably not thrilled about how that looks there. I'll probably leave the hair tassels a little bit simpler. But also just occurred to me that I need to add to this little tail, so I'm going to go ahead and make another clipping mask, and I'll set the layer mode to add glow, and just kind of do this. Well, so I'm kind of curious what your show was. Oh, it was horrible. Never seen such a bad Dutch series. It was a cliffhanger for next season, but next season the lead actor won't play anymore. It is such a terrible, terrible ending. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's gonna suck. No idea how they're gonna handle that. I know that show that was a show that I got into kind of left with a major cliffhanger at the end of the season 2, but I know that it's coming back, so, at least. So, what's your show? What was the show about, by the way? If I might ask, is it like an action series or a drama or a mystery? I know you mentioned that you don't watch a ton of I know you mentioned that you don't watch a ton of anime, so probably assuming that might be live action. It was a police series with 2 leading actor and actress, and the actor got a little canceled because they said he was a bit mean on set. Oh, I see. Yeah, that sounds rough. Yeah. Kinda sucks when that happens. I know my mom used to watch a ton of, like, cop dramas back in the day, but not so much. I don't know what she watches now, because I don't really... Yeah, I don't really watch the same shows that she does anymore. But yeah, so... I do say this Right Mocha and the whole series is almost 18 years old. Oh, wow. So each season got worse and worse, but it was a little addicting. I see. Kind of crazy to think that it's a whole 18 years old, but, you know, maybe not. I guess there's a lot of shows that can go for longer. Or I guess I should say there's a lot of... There's not like there isn't, like... There aren't shows that... Yeah, okay. But yeah, that sounds kind of crazy. So I guess the 18 years ago, you were like 10 or 11. Can you believe how old? Yeah. Yep, definitely sounds old. Yeah, I was just saying that there's probably like a lot of shows that are even older, but I'm just thinking of Doctor Who, so just... But of course I just don't watch that many live actions, so it doesn't really hit, I guess. If a Zoomer says it's old, it must be old. Yeah. Okay, sorry, just taking a sip of my water. Thankfully I managed to get some. Alright. But yeah, it looks like we're almost done with this piece, so I think I'm doing a little bit of... Wondering if I should add a little bit of cell shading, which is shading with heart shapes, I guess. Looks cute, thank you. Yeah, I'm getting close to finishing this piece. So, sorry, I'm getting distracted again. Maybe I can just do something kind of simple, like, I was thinking of doing cell shading, but probably okay if I don't. Who knows? Maybe I can add a little rim light or something, because it kind of doesn't feel like it needs that much. I guess the main issue is there's just a lot of dark colors. So, but I'm going to try and hit it with a multiple layer and just kind of... Oops. Okay. Wrong brush, wrong brush, wrong brush. Okay. Make this part a bit darker. That's not the right... Still the wrong brush. I meant to hit the soft airbrush. And then just kind of make it lighter. And that kind of makes it pop out. Or reverse mermaid art? Nah. Not really. It's not really my type of thing. Oh, I did like save it on another layer though, so if that's what you meant. Yeah, so. But yeah, it might not be in the final piece unless I just make it really big. I don't know. No, it's alright, don't worry. Okay. But yeah, I'm just kind of making a lot of finalizing decisions, I guess. So I'm just gonna make this area a little bit darker, and then just kind of make the top lighter. So just adding a quick gradient. All right. Okay. And I'm just gonna have this like have this effect. So and I'm gonna try and apply that there's some sand down here. So maybe a little more detailed than I meant, but I'll just make it less saturated. No, okay. Just gonna take what's there and just kind of sharpen it a little bit. Okay, that's probably good enough. So, sorry, I'm just kind of blotting things out. I guess I can try some basic shading real quick. Just gonna make a bluer color right here. I'll take the concept paintbrush, which is a custom brush made by a person who I can't really remember. So, unfortunately, just kind of make a basic shadows. Just let them not be as noticeable. So, I'll probably only do it on the clothing. All right. Try to... sorry, I'm so quiet. I'm just kind of... As I said before, I'm just kind of in concentration. But yeah, also not sure what to say. Do you have any insects besides bees that you like? Just out of curiosity. I know we talked about the bugs earlier. I'm just kind of curious if there's other ones. I do like the moths a lot. Also, do you like sorry, butterflies? They look so cute. Do you like more than praying mantises? Yeah, as I mentioned before, I do like the dragonflies. I also like I do like butterflies too. Butterflies and moths, bees, of course, and trying to think of more bugs. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of it, see if I can think of anything else. I guess I don't really think about bugs that much, but outside of little pollinators. I know there's probably another one out there. I just kind of forgot about them. I know they talked about it a lot. I remember in like grade school or like a early grade school, which is like elementary school when you're like really little. I remember like they talked about bugs a lot with us. Because, you know, they wanted to teach kids about the little natural things and all that. Did you know there's like a crap ton of animals that are considered beetles? I guess not animals, but bugs. Ladybugs are beetles. There's the assassin bug, which is a beetle. There's dung beetles. Bumblebees are zoom zoom. Yeah. I used to be more... I think I mentioned this beforehand. I used to be more scared of bees. Until I realized that they're mostly harmless. You know, there's a fast food place that I live near that... Like, they tend to have, like, these little bushes in the drive-thru. Sorry if it sounds very American of me, but... Yeah, they have, like, these certain plants next to the drive-thru, and there's, like... You can see, like, a bunch of little bumblebees kind of flying around it, which is really cute. I know that bumblebees also really like a plant called the snapdragon. You know, I quite like snapdragons. You could kind of... If you press your fingers against the sides of the flower in just the right way, you can make it look like a little mouth opening and closing. But yeah. America has weird home building styles, like thousands of the same house and on one big village. It's so brutalistic. I guess. Yeah. I don't really, like, live in an area like that, though, so... Yeah, I live in a rural area, so things are a little more varied. Hmm. Yeah, so... Okay, I'm just gonna start, blending out some of these colors. Oh yeah, I forgot to hit this area, so... This little Chibi. Little Chibi. Oh yeah, and I bought a tomato the other day. It's supposed to be the variety that I'm planning on, you know, growing. I don't really eat tomatoes a whole lot, so... But I do want, like, to make pasta, so... Like, I don't mind cooked tomatoes too much, but... I'm not super used to raw tomatoes, but I decided to try and buy one for myself to try and give tomatoes another chance. Alright. Okay, I'm just gonna name this shading. Oops. Shading gen. Sorry, I'm just renaming my layers real quick. Call this glow. Yeah, I haven't named my layers in a while. So, forgot to do that. Glow. I use a lot of layers in digital art, so I gotta make sure that keep track of things. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna get too detailed with shading here, because I don't really feel like it. Okay. But let's just go ahead and add some little decorations. I'm just gonna move just a guy down here. Oops. No, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, I just made a vector layer on accident, so. Okay. And I'll just have this be an overlay. And just lower the saturation so it's kind of hidden. Sorry. I live very rural too. It's calming. I live on a fruit farm. Yeah. I think you mentioned the orchard. But yeah, honestly, I do prefer, I would prefer, like, continuing to live in a more rural area. Like, as you probably figured, I still live with my family because, housing market, but yeah, so if it's possible for me to get another house, I'd probably want to be a little out of the way too. It's just easier and quieter. You know, I used to want to, like, live in a city, but when I was, like, younger, but I realized I'd probably go insane if I did that. Oh. Alright, so I'm just gonna add my little decorative circles real quick. Sorry, I'm just gonna also like this specific shade, so. Honestly, it just occurred to me that I'm not really sure what ocean my character lives in. I guess I wasn't really planning on picking a specific ocean, but because technically my character's supposed to be from he's supposed to be from another world technically, because I didn't really want to base him on a specific area, so he's just from another world. But I imagine he'd probably be living in a certain ocean, or it'd be connected to a certain ocean, I guess. And he's supposed to, like, actually live around the eldritch creature. That's kind of my lore for him. And not really live, but kind of just exist near one. Because he was killed by an eldritch creature. Atlantic? Yeah, so I think the Atlantic would probably be a good fit for him. Plot twist, he lives in the Great Lakes, you know? Yeah, it's probably a little too ocean-themed to be, to live in the Great Lakes, so. Though that'd probably be the most accurate to me. Oops. That's not supposed to be yeah, sorry. This is my vignette layer, so. Probably going a little harder over here. Okay, let's put our little fishy friend a little bit higher. There. So he's there. But yeah, I was thinking maybe the Atlantic, because I guess that feels like the most appropriate. I was just thinking about that because I was kept saying trying to say specific, and it kept sounding like Pacific, so. My inability to speak strikes again. Sorry. Need to switch that a while ago. But yeah, I try to give color line art, so. Okay. Hold on. Just making up another layer real quick. And give the little fishies some eye shines. Could put this on another pen that has a little... the pen I tend to use is has a really high stabilization, so it makes it kind of makes it terrible for small shaves, but it's good for, or great for long lines. But yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna stick another add glow layer and just kind of make this kind of turquoise looking. Boom. Okay. Okay, how about overlay instead? Yeah. Alright. Oh crap, and I forgot his little glow too. Okay. Oh, we can pack the character into a single layer art group. So, Ghost. Okay. And I can Control C, Ghost copy, and then I can merge the selected layers. No, don't put it in the group. Okay. Okay, and I make a clipping mask, and I give a green color, and that will be the... Alright. And then I put the filter in, and I'll get strong blur maybe. You can barely see anything. Okay, Gosselin. Actually, hold on. Let's put this as add. Okay. Then put this as Gaussian blur, which gives you an option now how much you want to make it glow. Okay. Yeah, this looks better. Just gonna lower the saturation, and the fish should not be glowing, so I'm gonna take the fish are still alive, so they don't glow. Yeah, the fish are in fact not ghost, so. Okay, sorry, just checking chat. Okay. Yeah, but I might be getting there. Okay. Okay, let's open my logo real quick. Okay. Now I'll put my name. I'll put my name on the bottom. Control C. Control, nope. V. Okay, doesn't go there. Okay. Top. Okay. Okay, and then we'll just kind of shrink this. Doesn't actually need to be as small as usual, because don't really mind it being a bit bigger. Alright. First, we can probably I'm gonna go back to the dots. Sorry. Hold on, I'm gonna put these above this, because I want it to pop out a bit more. Just kind of let some of these purple dots to be in there. Gotta make it a little more lively, I guess. Okay. Have you seen the Instagram brain rot about Bamborito Crocodile? I have not. I do not go on Instagram all that much. Actually, I don't think I go into Instagram at all. I used to be on there a little bit more, but not much there interests me. Like back when I used to be into like dolls and stuff, I would be on there more, but yeah, it's just don't really want to deal with Instagram. I've heard that there's a lot of bad, or I kind of been hearing that it's getting kind of really toxic over there. So yeah. Okay, I think this is done. So let me go save a duplicate PNG. Garden Chibi, that's the name. What do I usually do in my free time? Honestly, watch YouTube, or outside of that, I tend to YouTube or anime if I'm talking about relaxing or just kind of plotting things out. I'm trying to get back into reading too, but I haven't been the best about that lately because I've been distracted by other things. Alright, so yeah, I think this is good. Okay. I'm just gonna save a screenshot of this. Because I think it's about time for the stream to end now. Just because I'm finished and it's kind of... I don't really have anything else planned. Sorry, the... Okay. But yeah, I think the stream is done, so... You know, I finished the image today, so that's nice. You know, thank you for coming, Super, and everyone else. I'm going to look for someone to raid real quick, so... See if there's anyone I haven't done for a bit, or... Birthday free doodles, Sorry, I'm just trying to find some of the... Maybe find someone new, or... I don't know about anyone new, actually. Let me just kind of... there's a ad going on. Sorry, I'm just kind of... Stream was fun as usual. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. I'm just trying to find someone to raid. You know, I think I'm probably going to just try and raid someone who's maybe a little better known. Maybe. Looks like someone that I followed a long time ago is doing a crochet stream, so that might be kind of interesting. I don't know, I kind of like their personality. I just haven't been on their streams for a long time, so let me open their stream in another tab, and I'll copy and paste their name. They're a YouTuber, or VTuber called Miss Lala BT. Oh, I guess the stream hasn't been turned on yet, actually. I wonder if I should wait a second for it to actually raid them, but... Seems like they might be starting up soon. Sorry. You know what, maybe I can try to... Wait a second, I'll just show off my character again real quick. Sorry about that. But yeah, this been working on this last night. Not super satisfied with how the anatomy of the face looks or anything, but you know, I just kind of like how the hair is coming out though. Though I forgot some details, but yeah, this character that's just kind of lived in my head for a long time. He's kind of a little bit of an edgelord, but he's kind of a fun character. Okay. I'm not sure if I really should be doing this or not. Maybe just going to a chatting screen or... Okay. Of course I can stretch or... Oh yeah, and this is I tried making like a silhouette design. I could probably add more to his coat. His skin color was also meant to be more of a gray color, but I thought maybe I could add a little more light of a liveliness to it, but you know, maybe I could just add more details. Yeah, looking at this, this drawing wasn't coming out very well, but yeah, finally having an official image of this dude might be nice. So there's that. Yeah, I feel kind of dumb trying to rate someone specific, but you know, I'll just I hope you guys don't mind that. I guess maybe if they don't start soon, I can just raid someone I know personally, but I don't know, maybe we can go to just... But yeah, hopefully next week I'll be able to stream again on next Friday. Or, not Friday, the... You know, the Wednesday, Gamer Ghost Wednesday. And considering doing a surprise, or not really surprise stream, but just another known stream. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of... I swear I'm supposed to be done. I'm just gonna... Oops. I just went over to... Oh, well. I went over something I'm not supposed to go over. I went over to Welch, but, you know. I'll just fix that later. I had to start listening to my mouse again. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, you know what? They're not starting the stream, so I'm just gonna go ahead and, we'll just read someone else. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, well... Let's go ahead and raid Paulette again. So, probably need to stop the stream on my end pretty soon. Oh, sorry. Starry Mouse just came back today. Or Starry Mouse just came back, sorry. Wasn't looking at the chat, but... What about Tuesday? Oh, yeah, Oh, of course, Tuesdays. I'm planning I'm planning on that anyway, but yeah, so... Yippee! Let's go. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming, Mouse. I appreciate it. Did I not copy your piece? Okay, let me just get this raid started. I'm sorry. Sorry it's taking so long. Thought I could raid someone else, but you know, they weren't starting the stream, so. Okay, so yeah. Have a splendid day, Verdian, and I hope you all have a good day too, or night. And yeah, I hope your days goes well. Alright, you know, usual stream. As I said before, I'm planning on doing the usual stream times. And yeah, see you all, and alright, let's raid.